All right. Hope everybody is doing well on tonight. God be the glory for the great things he has done. Hope you guys are doing well. Hello, Facebook. Hello, YouTube. Been a little minute since I've been on, but I hope you guys are doing well. Invite a few people, and we will go forward in the teaching. Hope you guys are having a great day. All right. Hello to everyone. Let me see what we got on the line. Kia, God bless you. Glad you're back on this side of the water safe. Apostle Hutchison, God bless you, sir. Sadie Nelson, bless you. Earl, bless you. Candy, bless you. Julius, bless you. Appreciate all of you guys. Been a little minute since I've been live, but I told you guys what I do is when God gives me a download, then I come on. So I get a download, I come on. And so last week, Tuesday, I got this download concerning this. Lord woke me up at 5:17 a.m. last week, Tuesday. And I thought it was to pray. Usually when I wake up like that, then I just get up and get in prayer. But then he started downloading all this information. And I would have came on last week. I came on live last week. But last week, Tuesday, was my wife's birthday. And so we just celebrated her birthday. And I said, I got all the information. I will save it and we will come on tonight. So God bless all of you who are coming on the live. I appreciate you. I appreciate your prayers as well. God bless you, man of God. What's up, fam? I appreciate your prayers as well. And actually continue to do that. Anybody doing anything for the Lord, your pastor, your spiritual leaders, keep them in prayer because the enemy does not want the word to go forward. Bless you, Eloise. I appreciate you guys for being on. Do me a favor, hit the share button if you can. And you guys know what I say. Brother Robert, bless you, man. I want you to share for maximum impact. We want to make maximum impact with this. And I believe this is going to be a insightful teaching on tonight about how past and present hurt is affecting our current relationships. And I am not just talking about husband-wife relationship, boyfriend-girlfriend relationship. I'm talking about all your relationships with people at your job, your supervisor, your relationships with your children. And so I just want to make sure that we put that out there. Bless you, Paulette, that we put that out there that us being hurt, past or present, is affecting all of the relationships that we are in. Amen. Bless you, Dre. Appreciate you. So want to put that out there. Next week, this Sunday, 11 a.m., I'll be preaching at Kingdom Missionary Baptist Church at the 11 a.m. service, 1561 Moss Tree Road, and that's in North Charleston. So this Sunday at 11 a.m. If you're free, would love to see you come by and worship with us. Again, thank you for all of you who share it. You feel it's good information, share it, okay? Because we just want to reach as much people as possible. I do this because it's my assignment. It's what God gives me to do. Not trying to become famous, not trying to get rich. It is my assignment. Also, I've been pastoring for over 9.5 years, and right now I'm not pastoring. So those who are still connected to me, I do this to make sure that they are still receiving a word from me. And I thank God for those who really build my faith up, and say, Pastor, we just waiting on God to do something for you. So I make sure that I'm putting content out that they are still being taught until the Lord opens a door. You can connect with me on wordofdeliverancemedia.org. You can get information. Connect with me, wordofdeliverancemedia.org. If you want me to come to your church, do a seminar, relationships, marriage, leadership, teaching, whatever it is, or to preach, then you can fill out a ministry engagement form at wordofdeliverancemedia.org. All right, let's get into it. We don't have a scripture tonight because we're just talking, but I want to talk about how past and present hurt affects my relationships. How past and present hurt affects my relationships. All right. You don't have to be afraid to hit the heart or like button if I'm talking good. All right. And maybe as we go along, usually I will get some questions at the end. I'll take some questions at the end if we have any questions. Bless you, Desiree. I appreciate you. All right. Hurt is the emotional, physical, mental, and psychological pain caused by an offense. I know some of you are note takers, so I'll say it one more time. Hurt is the emotional, physical, mental, and psychological pain caused by an offense. And when we are not healed from that hurt causes us to respond in ways that are counterproductive to us having healthy relationships. It's important to understand that when we are hurt, we should heal. All right. When you're little, you fall, scrape yourself, mama, daddy, get a Band-Aid to help put on that wound, to cover that wound so that wound can have time to heal. And it's important for us to know that we are walking around wounded and bleeding all over the place. We are walking around with scab wounds spiritually that people cannot see because we have not taken time to heal from some of our hurts. All right. That hurt, if not healed, causes us to live in a state of being in our feelings, being emotionally unstable, up, down. Okay, we'll get to it, Desiree. Up, down, left, right, coming, don't know if I'm coming, don't know if I'm going, being indecisive, in a constant state of feeling some type of way. And we got to do some inventory, just like you do in your computer. And I do inventory on myself all the time. What's going on with me? And we need to stop sometimes, do a self-check, do a self-inventory. What's going on with me? Why am I responding this way? Why am I acting this way? Why am I lashing out? Why am I always sad? Why am I always angry? Why am I always yelling at somebody? Why am I so easy to be triggered? And we have to do that check sometimes, that inventory, to see why we are responding the way we are, we're acting the way we are, because that hurt is affecting. Okay, it's not just affecting you. The hurt that we are dealing with is affecting our current relationships. Bless you, Pastor Carl. Bless you, Miller and Gary Simmons. All right, listen. So point one, we're talking about hurt. The emotional, physical, mental, and psychological pain caused by offense. Point one I want to make tonight. All right. Hurt causes us to be selfish. All right. We're going to go into it. You got time to hit the share button. We're about to get into the meat and everything. All right. Hurt causes us to be selfish. And this is a relationship killer. What is the point of being in a relationship if it is all about you? And the reason many of us get selfish after the hurt is because we are trying to protect ourselves from being hurt again, and we don't want anyone to touch that wound in any type of way. We're trying to protect ourselves. All right, we're selfish because it's all about me. All right, and it's really like that because I'm trying to protect me from being hurt again. I'm trying to protect anybody from getting close and touching that wound and causing me hurt again. When you are selfish and you become overguarded, we don't trust anybody. We become overprotective. We can't let anyone in. And we think that's a sign of strength. But no, my brother, my sister, that is a sign when we are overguarded, overprotected, very suspicious, can't trust anybody. That is a sign that we are suffering from hurt that has not been healed. Hurt that has not been healed. We can't let anybody in. Nobody can get close to us. And we have to ask ourselves, well, what happened to me that I am so guarded? Here it is. I didn't always used to be this way. I wasn't always as hard as this. I wasn't always this angry. I wasn't always this difficult. It wasn't always hard to get along with me. And we have to ask ourselves, what happened? What caused me to be so selfish that I won't hear the people that I'm in relationships with? Okay, I won't hear my spouse. I won't hear my children. I won't hear my boss or my coworkers. It's selfish. It's about me. And you need to understand that when we are hurt because of an offense, it causes us to be selfish. It's all about me because I don't want you or anybody else to hurt me again. I hope I'm talking right. Now listen, I'm talking to you softly. I'm not going to yell at you because I want us to understand and what's going on with us. We want to identify it and we want to heal on tonight. I appreciate y'all wonderful comments. Bless you, Stacia. All right. So ask yourself that. Why am I so overguarded? Why I don't trust anybody? Everybody is suspect. And you saying, well, we just can't trust people in this world and people act so fun. Everybody is suspect. It's hard for you to let anybody in your life, somebody can say hi and everybody's suspect. Well, what you want from me? What you want? All the person said was hi, but what you want, what you really want. When you are hurt, everybody is suspect. There's suspicion all over. And my brother and my sister, we need to understand that this is a sign that we have hurt that is not healed. Now let's go a little deeper. People that are controlling are sometimes that way because it reduces the chance of being hurt again. So when I've been hurt, all right, I try to control the situation. If I've been in a relationship where someone has offended me, abused my trust, okay, and I've been hurt by that, I may get in a new relationship and now I just try to control everything in that relationship. Call me soon as you get there. What took so long? All kind of methods we use to control someone, okay, because we've been hurt. I need to check your bank account every day. I need to see what you're spending all your money. We try so many methods to control other people because we really don't want to be hurt again. That's really what the control is about. Okay, because you've been hurt and I need to control how you and I deal. We can't have a loving, mutual relationship. No, I got to run the relationship. I got to run everything because I don't want the hurt to hit me again. And the issue the hurt is causing is us to be controlling. And here it is. Let me give you this. I'm giving you a big gold nugget right here. Okay, the issue is the hurt that is causing your controlling nature. Listen, makes your partner feel that they are in bondage to you and not in a relationship with you. And people that don't want to be in bondage try to break free. It ain't that they don't love you. All right. It's not that that they don't value all the past that you have had, but because the hurt that has not healed has caused us to be controlling, the person feels like they are in bondage to you and not in a relationship with you. They feel like they are a slave and not in this free, loving, open relationship where two people are respecting one another. And people who are in bondage try to break free. And some of you need to understand that right now because, well, why did they leave me? And why they don't call anymore? And why did this go on? And why did this happen? I'm a good person. And yes, you may be a good person, but understand if hurt caused a controlling nature in your life and that person is not want to be controlled, then they will try to break free. Mom King is calling. Somebody tag her in this if you can. That person will try to break free. And some of you need to understand this. If you have a person that's with you that may be trying to leave you or they keep talking about they don't know if they want to stay, okay, maybe it is because it's not because they don't know how to hang in there and they don't know how to handle it, but our controlling nature because of hurt that has not been healed may be pushing people away. And a lot of times we say, well, they left me and they didn't stick with me and all these other things, but we don't deal with the fact that our controlling nature, thank you, Fish, Lola King, tag mom, my mom. Our controlling nature is pushing people away. And you got to deal with that. Let's move on. Point 2. Point two, hurt brings about negative communication. That negative communication manifests in arguing. Where there is anger, there's usually an offense that is caused by hurt. So point two, hurt's going to bring about negative communication. That negative communication can manifest in one, arguing. All right, this is point 2A, arguing. And where there's arguing, there's usually an offense that is caused by us being hurt. Here it is. Arguing is me releasing my hurt on you. Arguing is me releasing my hurt on you. If you want to get to the root about arguing, all right, couples, moms and daughters, fathers and sons, parents and children, if you want to get to the root about why we are arguing, you have to ask each other, how have I hurt you? Now, see, that's going to take some grown folk stuff right there. It's going to take us being mature right there. Why are we arguing? What's going on? How have I hurt you? You have to ask that question, and it will help you get to the root of the arguments. Now, if you don't care about the person, you want to ask them how they've hurt you. If you're selfish, you want to ask them, how have I hurt you? All right. And this is when you know that you're in a relationship that is all about you, when you won't ask the person, well, oh man, you mad? What's going on? What did I do? How did I hurt you? Instead of going back and forth. All right. When you in arguments with people, you can't get it right. Sit down, be grown, be mature, and have the conversation and ask, how did I hurt you? This will help some of us now. Instead of being an hour-long argument, let's sit down at the couch. All right, let's cool off. Let's come back in 30 minutes and have the conversation. How did I hurt you? All right. We are so concerned sometimes in arguments with getting our point across that we don't take time to listen to the other person. We so hurt, and because I'm so hurt, I want to get my point across. And because I'm so hurt, and I'm bleeding and I'm spewing all my arguing, all my anger, all my venom, I don't care what you got to say. I got to get this off of me. And the other person in the relationship feels devalued and that you don't care about their feelings or their concerns because it is all about you. Here it is when you can't have a conversation because that person, you keep interrupting that person. All that hurt causes you to not be civil in a conversation because they can't say anything. They can't say 3 sentences before your hurt interrupts. Am I getting any hearts, any likes tonight? Y'all helping me on this thing tonight, all right? You have to let that hurt be healed because it is affecting your relationship with your spouse. It is affecting your job relationships. You all hurt on the job and wonder why they don't want to promote you because a hurt, insecure person will not perform at maximum capacity on the job. They will not properly lead others, and you worrying why you can't get promoted is because you walking around with all that hurt. I hope I'm helping somebody on tonight. All right. If hurt wasn't involved, check this out. We can just have a discussion over our disagreement. We have too many arguments and not enough disagreements. Argument is a disagreement taken to a heightened level. All right. Hurt elevates the tone and intensity of the conversation, and it causes us to argue. Hurt causes you to have one-sided arguments, and it's not fair to the person that you are in the relationship with, who you are communicating with, that you just have these one-sided arguments. When arguing a case in the courtroom, each side gets a turn to talk. The plaintiff and the defendant. When arguing a case, each side gets a turn to talk. And when that person is talking, the other one not saying nothing. Everybody got the chance to say their point or to argue their case, all right? But when you are hurt, you will dominate the whole conversation. Bless you, Beverly. When you are hurt, you will dominate the whole conversation. I don't care what you got to say. I'm the plaintiff and the defendant. I'm the judge and the jury and the bailiff. I got to get this off of me, and it is bad communication. It's not even communication. It's just you getting it off of you. It's no communication because it's one-sided. And this hurt that causes our one-sided communication is pushing people away and causing us to have bad consequences in our relationship. Now check this out. Check this out. All right. When you in a disagreement and you hurt and you talking, you have to be careful. You can't take 30 minutes getting all your stuff out. It got to be a ping pong back and forth thing. All right. Because if you talked about an hour worth of stuff, how can I then come back and address what you're saying? All right. So it got to be a back and forth. It got to be a receiving and giving in communication. I can't remember all those 20 things that you said. So let's take some time, go back and forth, talk about each point that you want to talk about, and have a healthy dialogue about what it is. Bless you, Pastor Carl. I hope and I'm helping somebody right here. All right. Here it is. So we talked about hurt bringing about negative communication, and that negative communication, we talked about arguing. That's 2A. 2B, hurt brings about negative communication by shutting down. When you are hurt and continuously get hurt, either you will shut down or the person on the other end of the relationship will shut down. Now, usually we'll shift from arguing to this shutdown phase. When folk get tired of arguing, feel like their point is not heard, feeling like you won't validate their feelings, feeling like you don't care about them, their feelings, their point, their side of the issue, when it's all about you and folk tired of arguing, then they will possibly shut down. Now, some people will use this as a tactic of manipulation. They just shut down, try to be quiet. You're going to have to discern this. But when people have made several attempts to communicate with you, several attempts to talk to you, several attempts to tell you, this has hurt my feelings. Your actions have hurt my feelings. The way that you have talked to me has hurt my feelings. The way that you did this offended me. When people have made several attempts and you keep brushing them off, you keep dismissing what they're saying to you, you keep acting like what they're saying is not valid, when you keep telling them to get over it instead of having open communication about what they are talking to you about. Bless you, Overseer Reese. All right. When this continues to happen, people will just shut down and stop talking to you. And some of us may be dealing with that right now in a relationship. Your wife don't want to say nothing to you. Your husband don't want to talk to you no more. And you keep saying, well, why you don't want to say nothing? Because every time they try to talk to you, every time they try to say something, and I hear God right here. Listen, you got to be careful, because sometimes when you are hurt and you're in a relationship with someone, instead of hearing them, you will be so busy defending yourself that you won't validate how they're feeling. Whether you feel that it's right or wrong, the other person needs to be heard. But sometimes you got to be careful, especially if you're dealing with rejection and you can't never be wrong. You won't hear the person and you just defend everything they're saying. Well, you shouldn't feel this way. And I didn't mean it that way. And yes, maybe you didn't mean it that way. But you know what does it hurt to say, you know what, I'm sorry. I didn't know that you felt that way. I'm sorry. I didn't. It definitely wasn't my intention. Instead of going off with, well, you shouldn't feel that way and you wrong and that wasn't the way I meant it, why you took it like that. That's bad communication. And if you continue to communicate like that, people will eventually shut down. And then you know what you're going to say? Well, what's wrong? Why you ain't saying nothing? Why you ain't talk? I tried to talk to you, but you won't say anything, all right? And the abuser, in this case, will say, I tried to talk to them and they didn't want to talk to you because you cut them down so much. Question, when people are trying to communicate with us, are we cutting them down instead of receiving them and hearing from them? And you know what gets me? We have to be careful. We don't like people doing it to us, but we do it to people we're in relationship with. We don't like it. But we do it. You don't like the way the boss talk to you, and then you talk to your husband, your wife the same way. You don't like the way your mother or your father treated you, and you communicating with your children the same way. My brother, my sister, we have to recognize these behaviors, kill these generational curses, and move forward. And yes, Pastor Cobb, the first thing, Pastor Cobb was in he's retired Air Force, and one of the things I always remember him teaching about is the first thing the enemy does when he's attacking you is try to kill your communication. All right? And that's what the enemy will try to do. Stop you from talking. When you are not talking, all right, the enemy is in there. And I got that written down somewhere, but we are already there. All right, check this out. Point 3. Hurt causes resentment and unforgiveness that has the potential to cause major damage in the relationship. Point 3. Hurt causes resentment and unforgiveness that has the potential to cause major damage in your relationships. If you are prescribed medicine and don't take it, you cause yourself and your organs major damage. Forgiveness is medicine that you have to take every day, so you are not damaging yourself. Y'all hear me tonight. When we are walking around in unforgiveness, we are damaging ourselves. We are also damaging others by the way we treat each other, okay? It's a major damage like what? Well, you're damaging your relationship. You are damaging your relationship with your spouse. You're damaging your relationship with your children, okay? And because we won't forgive, and we are damaging ourselves because we are walking around bound while the people who hurt us are walking around free. Remember, forgiveness is for us more so than it is for the other person. And many times we don't want to forgive the other person because we feel like they don't deserve it. But we forget that's a two-edged sword. You holding stuff against them while causing damage to yourself, damage to your spirit, damage to your soul, because you are walking around with that unforgiveness. If you see a picture of the person, you upset. If somebody called the person name, you upset. You can't function. You are out of sorts, and you are not free. You are not delivered. You are not healed. You are not whole, and you are not living your best life if you don't operate in forgiveness. So forgiveness is prescribed for us, all right, as medicine, and we got to take that medicine every day. So we are not allowing that hurt to continue in our body and not treat it. We treat that hurt with forgiveness, and I'll deal with some other stuff later on, all right? One of the negative ways resentment works is this way. You will be feeling some type of way about whomever you are in the relationship with, married, friendship, parent, child, employee, employer, and it will cause you not to receive, listen, valuable information from them that is helpful, insightful, and right. You just don't want to receive it because it came from them. But it is absolutely the information that you need, or it is absolutely the help that you need. But here it is. We are so hurt in resentment and unforgiveness that even though you talking right, I don't want to hear it. Come on, somebody. Even though my husband is telling me the right thing, I'm mad, I'm upset at him right now, I don't want to hear it. And then to go ahead and cost you about $500 to fix whatever problem that was. Being in resentment and not hearing will cost you. Not just money, but it can just cost you in certain things. You can make the wrong decisions that cost you later. It can cost you emotionally. It can cost you financially, all right? So you have to be careful, because when you are hurt, it'll cause you to resent people. And sometimes God will use that same person to be your help. Sometimes God will use that person that you're resenting to have the answer for you, and they will tell you the right information. I hear God right here. Listen, when you're in a relationship with somebody, when you're married, or when you are a parent, child, when you spend so much time with that person, you have more opportunities to offend each other. You have more opportunities to get mad at each other, and things happen that come into the way. And so the more those opportunities build up, let me help somebody, because you rather listen to the other man of God than your husband, or you rather listen to the other woman of God or other intercessor than your wife. Okay, because you offended, because you've been together so much, there's more opportunities. You got to learn how to forgive each other, because that unforgiveness will cause you to be in resentment, and your wife will be telling you the absolute thing you need to hear. But because you're in resentment, from hurt, you ain't hearing it. And it's a tactic that the enemy is using, my brother and my sister, okay, fellow married people. It is a tactic. Your sister, brother, your mama, your daddy is telling you the exact right thing, but because you are hurt, you don't want to hear it, and you will go out and mess up your life, or you will go out and make mistakes that you don't have to make, and it will cost you. Your wife is telling you right, your husband is telling you right, but he worked my nerve last week. I can't stand him. She worked my nerve. I don't know why she acting this way, and yeah, I heard what she got to say, but I ain't receiving nothing. And it could be the exact thing that you need. Get out your feelings. Learn how to forgive. This is a daily thing we got to do, so it won't cause us to make emotional decisions because of our hurt. All right? Hurt will cause you to stay in unforgiveness. Bless you, Sandy. And how do you move forward in a healthy relationship with a person that can't trust or forgive? How are we going to move forward? How are we going to have a healthy relationship with a person that cannot trust or forgive? All right? And you can't trust them. It's just unforgiveness. And that unforgiveness, check it out, is your safe place from being hurt again. I ain't going to forgive you. That way I don't expect anything from you. So if I have a very low expectation, I won't be hurt again. And some of us, we won't be vulnerable anymore. All right. And it's causing us not to love and to live and to laugh like we're supposed to, because we are still hurt from the offense, and we have not healed from that hurt, and that not healing is causing resentment, is causing unforgiveness, and my unforgiveness causes me not to trust you, not to be vulnerable again, and the enemy will use that. All right, listen, even with your children, all right, our children are not perfect, and neither were you. You did some stuff, but you can't hold that against your child forever. You even have to forgive your children. You can't keep bringing it up. You got to forgive your children so you can have a loving and happy and productive relationship. If you spewing all that anger because of how your child may have hurt you, then how will they come to you when they need to? And then you get mad when they take on somebody else as a spiritual mother. I hear God right here. Or a spiritual father. You get mad when they lean towards somebody else, but your unforgiveness and hurt because of what happened has closed the door on them. It's important for us. All right? Sometimes that unforgiveness is a safe place. I'm going to hide in this unforgiveness because I don't expect nothing from you. I expect the very least of you. And that is not the will of God for anybody's relationship. Wherever we have been hurt, wherever we have been